Hi guys, welcome back to Odin La Rouge Mr. Channel. I'm Hugo Chris and I welcome you to my channel. Allo, bonsoir tout le monde, c'est Hugo Chris là. N'a commencé la tournée avec Katio. M'désbez de saluer nous tout vaudouisants, Mambo, Hugo, allo, bonsoir, bonsoir. Um, I encourage you to watch my previous videos, or more than that, subscribe to my channel so you can kind of keep up with me as to what we're learning and where I'm at. Um, if you want to know more about me or visit my website, it's www.odinlarouge.com. You'll be able to get a good biography about me, my business, and what it is that I do. Or you can watch my channel, subscribe to it, and leave your comments underneath to let me know how you feel about it, what you think, any advice, or let me know what your opinions that you guys have. Once again, I ask you not to bash on my channel because I don't want to make anybody else uncomfortable as far as my other viewers to see what kind of channel this is. If you don't stop, or if you do it, I will report you to YouTube and let them know what's going on, and you'll be off of my channel. Today we're going to continue with the club meanings. Yesterday I did diamonds, and then the day before that I did hearts. But if you subscribe to my channel, you're always going to know where I'm at with the lessons and the videos, so you can see how this all started about to even get to the clubs. Let me inform my Haitian viewers about what I'm saying. Mde bezon di nou pou nou tout ale nan previous video mwen pou ka wè kote mye ki fè ke nou rive jis nan klub. Nou ka konen kom trefles, men sou lot video wap wè diamant, wap wè le kèr, ou après tout ça Katyo vle di, comme en Haïti nous toujours fait avec 32 4. Moi-même c'est quoi ça m'te kon fait li, l'aime te fait commencer. Mais kounya m'ka fait ni avec ni 32 ou 52 et 4. Et 52 4 ans les consales pi bon parce que ou ap ka ouais et ça chaque 4 vle di, mais le wap fait li ou pas besoin mettre yon seul carte qui yon bon, ça veut dire qu'il y a un bon paquet de bagaille. Et chaque carte a bon un côté dans l'histoire, ou ap connaît exactement côté moun nan, côté la bien problème, côté et li besoin aide dans cette situation qui fait que li vini pour vin faire une leçon dans main. Et nous connaissons que trèfle blanc et club blanc, c'est les éléments du feu, c'est des directions du sud, et c'est Archange Michael qui contrôle les sud là, et parce que ça sont ceux qui représentent des corps, qui représentent des activités que nous gagnons, qui représentent un bon paquet de bagages, mais chaque monde fait quatre choses différentes, pas un seul genre que quatre l'ont fait, qui pi bon passer en l'autre. C'est ça nous comme haïtiens il faut nous respecter parce que nous toujours penser parce que nous mambo nous rougan que nous déjà fin kon bagay là, nous pas jamais fin connaît bagay là parce que toujours gain room pour nous learn plus bagay, pour le faire nous plus nous connaissance, pour le faire nous ka aider n'importe qualité monde qui vini. I was just explaining to them is that even though us priests and priestesses, we know how to do divination, whether we use cards, tarot, candle, water, that there's always room for us to grow. You never can know enough. When I first started out, I started out with 32 cards only because that was the way that it was taught to me. The meanings were taught to me orally. There was a lot of things I had to figure out on my own, which made it difficult at times. But over the past few years, I was able to learn how to read with a 52 card deck, and the meanings are different, and it is a lot easier because you have cards that is going to get you up to the higher ones, opposed to 7 to 10. And then the story will be able to start from the beginning to the end with a nice flow. Of course, as you know, as us priests and priestesses, our cards also are used in a spiritual sense as well. where we can help our fellow people that's in the religion, whether it be Santeria, Voodoo, Hoodoo, Wiccans, Pagans, all these different people can come together and we could do a successful reading with them, because they're going to be able to understand the different stages and the different spirits that's involved in the reading. I'm not going to try to spend so much time on trying to tell you exactly as far as the stage and stuff like that. I'm going to give you guys the meanings, and so that we can start getting to the combos and, like I say, my sandwiches or my neighboring cards. Because as you see, when this starts going on and we start getting there, it's going to kind of start to fall into place. All depends. Like I said, for the person that's just starting out, it's good. For the person that already knows, it's good. It's up to you on how you take the information, whether you are receptive to it or you don't understand it. That's why I want your opinion and your advice, or whatever it is. If you want to talk to me alone, if you want to have a reading, go to the website. You'll be able to make those arrangements. Clubs are the element. They belong to the element of fire. They belong to the archangel of Michael, which is, of course, the angel that fights our battles. In Haiti, he's also represented as Agawedo, or he could be Simbi, Papa Simbi Adezo. It all depends on what it is that you were taught and who they represent for you. It deals with the element of fire. Also, it's the direction of the south. And it sometimes it's kind of hard because the color, we always put it together and we say that it's red because of its heat. So sometimes you can kind of get thrown off with it opposed to how it means. But like I said all the time in my other videos, get your pens and papers out. There's plenty of notes that we're going to cover. Always there's going to be notes. Get your Sharpies. Like I was telling you, the other cards, the red ones, I use the red Sharpie. You can get the black Sharpie if you want. Or if it's going to be easier for you, you do use the red Sharpie. It's all about what you want to do. Once again, you'll know that I'm a person, I like to give people choices, because I don't believe that there is one way of doing, especially things like this. We all interpret the cards in our own way, whether we do it professionally or we do it just for ourselves, family, or friends. You do know that everything always starts with a basic. Once you always know how to do something and you know the basics of it, it's easier for you to actually move on. So I do encourage you that you do get your meanings. Know your meanings by heart. And what I'm saying is by heart is that you're able to feel what each means. Sometimes you have to live through this, the whole art of doing readings for people and stuff like that, because you're going to be able to know who your core cards are as far as it's the people relate to. And your other cards, they all have life circumstances in them, whether it's spiritually or whether it's just in your life period. We've all worked hard. We've all went to the bank. We've all had problems with family, whether it's arguments or disapprovals about what it is that we're doing. We all owe money sometimes to whatever it is, whether it's people or businesses, whatever the case may be. We've all went through that. So if you absorb that like that, you're going to find it easier. But I'm going to tell you like this. Some people, they try to learn these and they throw it out because it's like, this is too hard. This is intense. I can't do this. It's too much stuff. Pace yourself. Sometimes I know for me, like I said, always write things down. I wrote it. I didn't type it. I didn't text it. I didn't type it out until I wanted to have it where I can go through it as a lesson, especially if I knew that I was going to teach it to other people. That's what I like about it the best. When you write it, it's like you're installing it in yourself, because you're not doing this, you're not doing that. You're writing it out, so you're internalizing it very, very deeply into yourself. So that being said, I am going to start giving out the meanings, and I know in my other videos I didn't get a chance to give my meanings to the Haitian viewers the long way. So I'm gonna have to do those videos for them so that they can get what these meanings mean in English and what it is that I'm saying. If there is anybody that's watching it and don't understand the English, because you just never know. And because I'm a part of that society, okay, these are my people. I'm half Haitian. So I have to bring my Haitian people in it. So I have no choice because that's where I got my priesthood. That's who I am. That's what's floated through my body. I just had to let you guys know that. So we're going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to move the camera towards the card. You guys are not going to be able to see me, but you'll be able to hear me. I did see the video that I did with the diamonds, and the camera was, I had the camera in my hand and I was trying to do it. I didn't like it personally, but I did post it so I can see if somebody else did like it or if they didn't, so I'll be able to know if I should do that video over or not. So let's go ahead and get to the meanings, and then we'll go from there. And then when we get done with that, I'll talk to you guys over again. Once again, I encourage you to subscribe to my channel, because if you do, you'll be able to keep up with me with the videos, whether you watch them all on your day off or if you watch them day by day. Whatever it is that you do so that you can get it and learn with everybody else that is doing it like this, feel free. It's whatever, it's up to you. It's whatever you do. I try to write the lessons in a couple of days before I give it to you guys, so that way I can make sure that I'm giving it to you from a teacher standpoint, not as a professional card reader, because it changes from reader to reader, and it changes depends on what other cards are around each other. So if you trying to teach people how to do it, you got to be able to break it down so that you go back to the basics. The thing is, when you learn how to do cards and you get yourself into this type of world, you are going to know, as you do advance and you do them a lot more, you're going to be able to do your reading is to a point where you're going to get lost in it and you're going to have a flow. That's your spirit. Whether you want to agree with me or not, that's your spiritual guide, whether you know what your spiritual guide is or not. Mine, that's Azali Rouge, one family of La Madama. So I know when she's there, and I know if she's not. I can tell somebody, please write your reading down while I'm doing it for you and stuff like that, because once she's taking over, once she's doing it, I'm not going to remember what your reading is about. I'm not going to be responsible for it as well. I'll always go back if I'm doing a work for somebody or whatever. I'm going to check the cards to make sure that the work was done properly, or if it wasn't done properly, for me to see what it is that I have to do. But once again, like I said, that's the level of the priesthood. And that's what makes us different from each person to person. Somebody else can have a set of their meanings that may be different from mine. But once again, like I said, I don't know where that person got their meanings from or what religious background they're in. It all changes from person to person. So let's get the whip cracking so we could do these meanings, so we could get to spades, and so we could get to the combos and sandwiches, like I say. Okay. Remember in the other videos we do upright, we do reverse. That depends on you as well, if that's what you want to do too. Some people, they don't read reverse. They allow their other cards and stuff to tell them whether it's talking about a situation on a negative standpoint or not. That's fine as well. But for those who are just learning, and you do want to be able to have a reverse set of meanings, this will be good for you. Okay, so we're going to start with the Ace of Clubs. All my aces, I use them as letters and also as buildings, or important documents, contracts, business letters, letters concerning money, social security, pensions, inheritances, trust funds. All those stuff do fall under that especially when you have other cards that's talking about those documents, those important contracts, whether your situation financially is doing good, you're comfortable, or you're stable, or you're having problems in that area. It's all going to be able to tell you. At us as readers, sometimes we can make mistakes. People don't understand that. Once again, like I said in the other videos, if somebody comes to you and they're sitting there and you can feel, because that's the thing with us, we'll feel that somebody came to see whether you can read or not, you go ahead and give that person a dose of their own medicine. Because I promise you, in that reading, when you get in them, they're going to start talking because they're going to get defensive. And that's fine, because it makes it even more delicious, because as you're getting defensive, I'm going to keep going and going and going until I break you down. And then you're going to say, you were right. Yes, this is what's going on. So there's no such thing as coming and just sitting there not saying anything. Yes, I understand that you want to see if certain things do come up. That's fine. But don't go from reader to reader testing to see which one reads the best. We all have our own style. We all come from a different background. So just come get a reading, just like if there's two readers getting a reading from each other. When you're on the other side of that table getting the reading, at that point, you're supposed to keep your skills down. It's not time for you to help that reader read. Let that reader read for you, and then you guys will go over it together, whether the reader knows you're a reader or not. It's just not that time. The same thing like I said about the doctors. A doctor's not going to visit another doctor and then you're going to tell the doctor that you are visiting how to treat you. You may discuss it so that you can understand it, but you went to that other doctor for a reason. So just enjoy, getting the reading or giving it, okay? So my Ace of Clubs is letters about money, contracts, a new business information, or school information. Maybe you're waiting for letters to come in for you to enroll in school, or the school is contacting you, letting you know that they are gonna let you come to the school. Your financial aid is covered. Everything is covered for you. That would fall under that as well too. If you don't use your fours like I do, as far as buildings as well as my aces, you can say that that's a business building. This is a building that has a business coming out of it. Okay? So now, once again, remember when I told you if you reverse it and you want to do the black dot, you could put your little dot right here in the left-hand corner or underneath this club right here. And or if you're good at looking at the cards as you're doing your reading, you can see how that ace of club in the card in the middle is turned upside down. Okay, and when it's upside down, you know it's going to mean the opposite of the stuff that I just told you. It is letters that are coming in, or it is contracts and stuff like that, but it may be not to the way that you thought they were going to be. It isn't great news. You do have some financial ups and downs that you do need to take care of in order for you to move on to get to the next level that you're trying to get to. It is information that's saying that you owe money, or the school is not going to pay for this and for that. Like I always say, like I said in the last videos, the sandwich or the combos or the neighboring cards are going to let you know what that means. Okay, let's go to our two of clubs. Now, two of clubs, even for me, I make a dot, or if I'm flowing, I'm going to do my combos, my sandwiches, to see if that's a positive 2 or a negative 2. 2 for me in this kind of suit is a business relationship, like my 2 of diamonds, a meeting, okay? Also, it can mean that you do have the cooperation of the people that is working with you, that you're trying to get a business going, or you're trying to figure out who's going to be on your team or not. It's going to let you know all of that once you have your card set up, and that's what the reading was cut on. If you reverse it, well, I already had it reversed. It's going to tell you that it's going to be far-fetched, but this is going to let me know that something that you got going on, or that you did, you're having some problems within your family unit. Okay, you're getting some disapproval from them for whatever reason it may be. That reason I'll be able to see when it comes up in the card is as to what they're writing you about. So it also could be your business partner saying you, look, we got problems. Stuff is not adding up. We running up short, or I can't find so and so. All this stuff is going to come up because remember in the numerology videos I was telling you, twos talks about couples, twos talks about teams, twos talk about anything that runs in twos. You see what I'm saying? It's sometimes it's just common sense. 1 + 1 is 2. So if you have one person, you need to get another person. It's going to give you 2. Whatever way it is that you use that, that's what the 2 is going to be. And depending on what suit you're working with, it's going to flow and make sense to you after a while. If it doesn't, then you need to figure out how you're going to make this 2 mean what it is that you need it to mean in your deck. Okay? 3. It's funny how this is because I used to use this 3 when I first started out. That was a long time ago, as a car, a vehicle. But then as I started growing and looking around and trying to figure out every other place's meanings and different countries, because I have to learn it, whether it's in Spanish, whether it's German, Russian. I have all those decks. I learn all those meanings. It gets intense. So when you do that, you'll be able to do like a summary, a roundup. Is just to all of it to see how it all connects. And I changed it. It doesn't mean that. This is to me marriage to money. That relationship that you're getting into, if you are married, there's some money in there. You either coming into the relationship with it, or you in the relationship that has it. It's like there is no difficulties with funds. You and your partner got to a point where either you got a business started or you guys are working in a business where you guys have that financial security. If it's reversed, here's another thing too with the dark some of these decks, like the hearts. You see how the 2 of club here, 2 is closer to 3, so that means it's upright. When you look at it here, they upside down. You see how the one right here is up, and then the 2 is upside down. That means that this is 1 is not closer to 3. So I put a little black dot for you guys here to see that what the 3 upside down means. So the 3 upside down means it's gonna tell me that there is some financial problems within your family union between you and your spouse, especially if the neighboring cards come up and they're talking about financial issues. It is going to tell me if it's not a family union, especially if I'm not around home cards, it's going to tell me that there is some problems within the business that's going on. Maybe you guys need to back off of the spending and stop living among you, above your means, and create some type of stability for you guys to live comfortably. Okay? Or 4 of clubs. Okay, yes. This one too is another one to make a little dot in the corner of it. You see that? And if you're a person that don't use the dots and the reverses and stuff like that, then you pay attention to your cards around it, or your sandwich or the combo, you'll be able to make it out. This for me too as well is my business building. I use this as my office building. I use it as the post office. I use it as a vehicle. It all depends what the cards are cut on. What is it the person needs to know? Or if it just flows for me, I'm going to know what it is. But if it's not the car, if it's not the office building, it's problems, okay? There's a lot of deceit going on. Changes, not changes for the better, changes for the worse. Okay? We got some things going on. Somebody's lying to us. We got some betrayals going on. There's a lot of negative people around, or the situation in itself has a lot of negativity to it. To me, negativity always starts out not alone. Negativity is something that grows. It's not something that just happens right off the bat. If it does happen right off the bat, that's okay, that's great. But it has to get things have to start building up. Things have to start not adding up. And like I always say, if something doesn't make sense, it's not true. Something about it is not true. And that's how I look at things. Sometimes people want to know, okay, well, how does that be? Because this and that. I'm going to tell you exactly how it be. You can't come to the reading acting as if though you're not doing anything or you don't know anything. That's not going to help you. So you're going to be able to see where I'm going with this and say, you know what, you're right. Or, Chris, I don't know, what is it that you're talking about? And it all depends on where the card comes up at. Is it in the past? Is it in the present? Is it in the future? Or is it just in a question itself? I'm going to be able to see what is going on. The Five of Clubs is right here. That's another card. See, when these cards have the leaf on it or it has the hearts on it, it's easier to different. How you say that again? Differentiate, was it something like that? Make the difference. See the difference whether it's up or down, because you see how right there, or the clubs, the three clubs is up, and three is closer to five, so that side is greater than this side right there where it only has the two, because two is not closer to five. That's meeting people, okay? New friends, help from friends. You know, your marriage right now is doing great. Things are falling into place, because remember what I told you, the four is, and like in the other videos, fours is that stability, that foundation, what you have built, whether it's in your home life, your business life, a couple adopted kids, or a couple got into a business. It shows all of that. And then the five lets me know that you're starting to add it. You're starting to make changes to it. You're starting to move around where you want more, in what direction that you're going through. Okay? It can be, sometimes it is really hard to get a reverse in certain cards, and sometimes they just mean just that, just like what I just told you. There is no negativity to the card, but once again, if something's upside down, then something's not right in that area. You could have made some friends that's really not in your best interest, or you got some people walking around that's lingering, trying to figure out what is it that you have and what is it that they want from you. Or it could just be that you haven't met any friends yet, or your situation is not where you want it to be. And that's where, when these two cards fall together, especially if they reverse, that's going to let me know that things are not doing good. The changes are not for the better. They are going to get worse. The business is suffering. Whether you have employees or things are not finished where you can make those changes. That's why I encourage you to learn a set of meetings where the numbers make sense to it, so that you can have a very direct flow with it. Okay? Here we go with another card too that doesn't necessarily need marking. You see the Six of Clubs? You see those four clubs that's up? Four is closer to six, so that's the greater side. That's the positive side. This Six of Club right here, this is the negative side of it. Okay? So two is not closer to six. Okay, Six of Club is one of those cards again that talks about the success inside of the business, the success in your personal life, when it comes up with cards that are about personal situations. It lets us know what troubles are coming about. It lets us know where you at in your love life. Where is that success coming from? And that's where those other cards come in and tell you where is the success actually is. If it is in the business, is it in your personal life? Is it negative, especially when it starts falling around its spades? What is causing it to be a problem? So reverse it, the Six of Clubs, it's trouble coming about money. This is a good card, especially if you got your seven that falls with it, because you'll see in 7 there is trouble coming around with money, especially if they fall back to back with each other, or spade cards. You'll be able to know that the business is not going well as it's supposed to go. Are you guys backed up with bills? Is it people that's causing it? Did you not complete something in the earlier part of the reading? Or is, like I said, the walking up that numerology ladder? Where is the problem going with the 6 of club? 7 of club is a successful business. Good luck is going on. Things is luck, not only just in business. Is it good luck connected with a team? Are you doing really good in school? Everything is flowing the way it's supposed to go. If it's spiritually, have you completed what you needed to do for a particular area with a family of spirits, which is what I'll be getting to later on, so that you see why I keep saying spirits and why I keep saying that. It's because Haitian voodoo, we look at our core cards as spirits. Sometimes if they're not people, all depends on what the cards are being cut on. So 7 of club is good luck, success in business, accomplishments. Now the reverse of 7, okay, is trouble coming about money. Okay, did you loan money out and you having difficulties getting it back, or are you going to get a loan and it's showing that you're not gonna get the loan? Or if you did some type of improvements on your home and they didn't come out right, the contractor decided to charge you more money than you thought. That's trouble coming about money, especially if you're taking money from another place where you're going to have to give that back eventually. That's going to be a good card to show as well too, when it comes with spades or when it comes with the 6s. Because remember, walking up that corporate ladder, we're gonna see soon how things start to go crumbling. Okay, especially when we have those financial ups and downs. The 8, that's another thing too. It's not going to be as hard to differentiate that, make the difference between whether it's up or down, because if you see the clubs, the 5 of clubs, you see all the 5, you see the 5s, they're all together. 5 is closer to 8, opposed to the 3 clubs that's upside down. I mean, that's there. 3 is not close to the 8. So it doesn't, it is the opposite of what it actually means. And this is another card that talks about either love or business. This 8 of club talks about somebody that doesn't take care of the responsibilities, the part of the business, or even their own financial situation. They're reckless with their money. They careless. They spend money and they don't care what they have left, or they take loans out. They take that second mortgage, or they take that loan towards that business and they use it for something else that they had no business doing. Okay, so that's what causes the financial problems. Or when you turn it upside down, where you see right here, and make your dots, you see, that's going to be trouble in your relationship. And the reason why it's going to be trouble in your relationship is because what you're doing with the funds, the other person is not happy. And what is going to be sad is if you both are doing it. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you do get couples like that, not one of them give a damn. So, that's when you have to tell that couple that, look, you know what I'm saying? You did this, not nobody else. So that right there is troubles in your love life. That when it comes up with other 8s, or when it comes up with spades or with hearts, that's where you're gonna know if that's financial or if that's in the relationship itself. And sometimes it doesn't even have to be your love life with the problem. It could be the business relationship too that you have with somebody else. Those people are gonna come up, or the story is gonna come out. 9 of club. Back when I first started and stuff like that, especially in the Haitian meanings, 9 of club used to mean a miscarriage. And when I was starting out and I did use that thing, that's exactly what was going on when my women came. and that card would fall. That's what the Nine of Clubs was meaning. These people were having miscarriages, or they were even trying to get pregnant and they couldn't get pregnant. It just showed that. Of course, along my way, I started to pay attention to what the numbers were meaning. And 9 is, like I say before in the other videos, is that wrap up number. That's that number that's saying, okay, good, I've done all the other stuff that I've needed to do, and I'm at that point where I'm getting ready to get to the finish line, which is when 10 plays a part of it. But the 9 is another card too. You don't have to make a mark if you don't want to, and you can tell the difference. But if you see where you see the 5, 5 is closer to 9 opposed to the 4. Okay? And you see the dot that I made inside the 9 for you guys to be able to see the difference. My 9 now, or if it does come up as a pregnancy or a miscarriage, is that it's an inheritance that you're gonna get. It's somebody that has made accomplishments financially along the way, or it shows all the struggles that you've been through, and it shows how you're wrapping things up because you're trying to get to that point that you need to get to, which is going to be in the 10 of clubs. It's that accomplishments card. It's that card that's saying, you know what, you done been through hell and back, but you happen to make it, and you're wrapping things up. And or, like I said, if it comes with the other diamonds that talk about inheritance and trusts and stuff like that, you're gonna get into a little bit of money. Sometimes it not necessarily would mean that it is coming from a trust or an inheritance. It could just be like money that you have been waiting for. That's just gonna come to you in a lump sum for you to be able to do what it is you need to do to achieve. But when that 9 of clubs is upside down, you getting greedy now. Okay, you getting greedy, you showing off. Okay, you do need things that you need to wrap up so you can see the fruits of life. You right now you acting crazy because you were doing things, you got better, and so now you like, wait a minute, do I still have to work hard? Yes, you do, because you're trying to get finished. So this card right here would tell me that you're trying to wrap things up so that you can get to 10. But you haven't, because there's things that in 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2 A's you didn't take care of. Because sometimes I'm going to tell you, your past will creep up to you, or things that you done last year or the year before, it is haunting you on that down the road like now. So you need to pay attention to that, especially us readers too. Sometimes when we doing our cards and we going, sometimes when that 9 comes up, we start stuttering because we like, wait a minute, what, where's this 9? Because we know that 9 is a wrap up, we know that 9 is successful, we know anything. But you gotta pay attention. Don't let anybody ever distract you. Okay, now 10. 10 is great. Good luck, success in goals. You done everything. Now you're able to travel. You even able to travel abroad. You able to get on a plane and say, oh my God, look at Haiti. Look at Trinidad. Look at all these places that you're able to go. The water, trip over water. It's almost the same thing like it means like in the tarot deck. You know, a travel over water, a boat ride, things like that. 10 o'clock is successful outcomes. That it is now that money. It is the confirmation. You may be able to move now, especially if it comes with that other 10 of diamonds. What? Yes, this will let that person know that, you know what? You can hang out now a little bit. You can hang out now. Things are for the better. You did work hard, and this is the results of it. Let me go ahead and close these out. Please, people, like I said, always email me, always inbox me, let me know what's going on so I can make sure that you guys are getting this and make sure that it's clear for y'all. Y'all understanding it, or do I need to work harder in another area? What's going on? Visit the webpage so that you guys can see me and know who I am and what I'm all about, what type of business I have, so you guys can benefit from that. It has all my prices on there for my services, everything. I will not do anything for anybody just on basis of what you tell me. If if I do need to, if I do speak to you, you do have concerns and stuff like that, I will tell you to get a reading from me so I can see where it is I can help you. Because I'm not going to just take your word for it. I'm not that type of person who does stuff like that, because when you do things like that, you can pay for it. You can get in trouble later on because you didn't consult your cards, especially whether if it's spiritual. And what another thing in love matters is very fragile area. So I encourage all readers to always consult your deck. We use a lot of us usually don't do that sometimes because we think that we have the solution to that problem. Anytime you have somebody come to you with something, consult the deck to make sure that you see whether that person needs to get baths, that need to get some negativity away from them, or certain doors are closed that they need to open up. Okay, our people in the club's family are fire people. Okay, these are the people that's very active, very direct. They're a little bit a step above our earth people because they're a little bit more aggressive with certain things in their life. But it's also a group of people that when they're not doing good, they really not doing good. And the reason why I can tell you this is because I'm a club sign. I am a fire sign. I'm an Aries. And me personally, I will tell you this. I do have times where I'm not doing good. And what happens to me is I shut down. And I get really quiet because I'm trying to figure out things, trying to figure out what is all being presented in front of me so I can make a decision. Or ups and downs in my personal life. Okay? So I know exactly who these people are once I open up that deck. And another thing too is that the fire signs people is, I know we are very direct at times. We are very strong. Sometimes our personality doesn't go with everybody because ain't nobody trying to hear the truth. Sometimes a lot of people like to live in denial. That fire sign is not going to be tolerating it. They're going to tell you, you know what, this is how I feel. If you don't like it, move on. My jack of heart, my jack of club is my Sagittarius. And I'm going by the zodiac now, the astrology side of it. I done seen other videos where this doesn't mean that. They take the fire sign or the club sign of it and they change it into something else. They'll say to you that these are our dark-haired people, and I'm not saying that they're wrong, because if somebody does come in and they either are aggressive or they do have dark hair, and if that's the way I'm gonna cut the reading on, these people are going to pop up as far as the way the club sign is. But the thing is I don't like to put color on my people, because the thing is that this can also be for a person that's light skinned as well, because that person is a fire sign. That person is a Sagittarius. So I'm gonna go by that. With your people cards, what you can do is you could do your black dot or your red dot. Well, see, what I do is if I'm not doing it is based on the neighboring cards or the sandwich, is I dot that card, that face card, right on one of the eyes. If you look closely, you'll see right above that eye. And it's that left eye, which is left for me, the way the cards are against my table. And the reason why I do that is because long time ago, I remember one of my teachers told me, they said that stick a little needle through your picture people so that you can see which direction that they're looking in, and to even see if the person is awake. Meaning sometimes a lot of people, they be sleeping, like they're walking around, but the lights, how do they say that again? They say the lights are on, but no one's home. Or just people that just think that they're just going to go through life without direction. They don't know which way to go. They confused all the time. And the reason why this is because nobody's never laid for them a proper foundation for them to be able to go through life knowing that stability is very important. So the Jack of Club is also he's older than the other Jacks. Remember I was saying in the last videos that the Jack of Heart was very young. He was my Pisces, okay? Then the Jack of Diamond is older than the Jack of Club. I mean older than the Jack of Heart. And these ages go from up to 35 years old. That's how I do it. Anybody under 35 years old, you're a jack. If you're above 35 years old, you're going to be my king and queen. Now, sometimes the younger people, they have the wisdom and the idea of somebody that's older, so they will fall in that category. But if I see them amongst other jacks, he's going to be my second oldest jack because of that energetic and that wisdom that he walks with. All of that will come out in your readings, and as you advance, you'll start putting people that you know amongst your card. My little brother is a Sagittarius. Is my brother aggressive and stuff like that? No, he's not. He's very humble until he gets to a point where he's tired of you. But he is very humbling. He is very helpful. He is very loving. And I call him my big bear. But both my brothers are bigger than me. But uh my little brother, he fits that card. But once again, with the eye closed, sometimes it's like, okay, what is really going on? It's time to, wake up now. But that's that. Try to see how your people relate to you. And if they don't, and you want to do like certain books or certain stuff online where they'll say to you, they like to say, these people are usually people with dark hair or darker complexion. I saw places where they said that this is somebody with fire predominantly in his chart. That's how they say it. That I agree with because of the fire sign when you're doing it with the astrology. If you're not doing it with astrology and you're doing it as far as how the person looks, I can see how you're coming up with that as well. Like I said, it's different for every reader. Always understand that. Don't always think that that person doesn't know what they're talking about, and it's a like I said, everybody does things different. My readings are always going to come out different than somebody else's because I'm going to look at my reading from a spiritual standpoint and the daily life way. So it's a mixture of ways I come up with my readings, and it's actually harder because it's almost like having 2 to 3 jobs all at one time. But as you do it over and over, it gets a little easier for you. But that doesn't mean sometimes I don't get stuck. You do get stuck because, like I said, we don't know everything. The Queen of Clubs is my Aries. Okay? The Queen of Clubs, she also is my trusted friend. She's my boss at work. Okay? She's that mother hen that everybody goes to with their problems, and she's there to be able to tell you, things are gonna be okay, or she's gonna be that advisor. She's also spiritually for me. She is my Ezeli daughter, which is that mother, that person that is gonna fight for you no matter what. That person who's gonna be like, look, life is not easy, but this is what we gotta do to get it better, and she's gonna stick up for me at the end of the day. Fire predominantly runs her chart. It's just like in the spiritual world. That's a fire spirit. If you want to take your lady and go by as far as the darkness, then that would be your lady with your light brown to dark hair. Okay? Or that's going to be, I don't like to say, but that's going to be a black woman. I don't agree with it because my Aries can be a white woman. It all depends on how the cards are being cut on and what you take as your person. You can say, I've seen people before where they'll say, okay, take your person that represents the reading and put it out or put it in the center. So that way, that's easier for that reader. It all depends. Me, I don't do that because I like to see where my person is. If they're living in the past, are they living in the present? Are they looking towards their future? Things like that. That's the reason why I like to keep it. So she would be my manager at a job. She would be my manager in my how could I say that? Let me see. Where would she? I'm trying to figure out in what environment. Oh, she's gonna be my daycare. provider. I don't have kids for daycare. I'm talking about if I went to a daycare. This is the type of person I would see, because she is gonna take care of the kids. She is gonna try to calm the parents down when they out of line or whatever the case may be. She's just a overall good person. Aries people are very good people until you take them to that spot where they're not doing well. But when Aries people fire signs, period. Like I said earlier, when they're having problems, when things are not going to, they're nuts. They're nuts. They ride themselves down. That's how we are. Everything is at the end, the dramatics, they just like making things bigger than what they are, because that's the way we see it. So that's why she's my Aries. And another thing too is that I told you that the Jack was the Sagittarius. This is the Aries. That's a woman. I'm not a woman, but that's an Aries sign. So if somebody was doing a reading on me, they're gonna pick up more on my female side of me, because that's the intuition, that's the wisdom. Never to mind that I am gay. So if that person wants to sit there and take that into consideration, they're gonna be able to see. But I don't agree with that, because I am a man. Okay, so and I'm a king. Okay, as far as my priesthood is concerned. So that wouldn't be a good idea. But I've done had that happen before. Also, this is my spiritual guide card as well. She's a black woman. She's a priestess. She's dominant. She's fire sound. She's aggressive. All that stuff is gonna come up. She's gonna come up in my reading, whether the person looked for it or not, because that's who is always with me, no matter what is going on. She's always there. Okay. Here goes my King of Club. That's my Leo. Now, I'm very close with a cousin of mine that's a Leo, and she doesn't 100% fit that description. And then I that she's not a man, but she's not the only Leo that I know. But these type of guys, especially when they're together, they're my men in uniform. They are my person that is in control and authoritative. He's another one that can be a boss. The other one that people go to, he controls the environment. He's the one that you go to get the certain things signed off on. He's my teacher. He's my head salesman. Okay, depends on where he's at and who he is. And then also he's my guy that has that fire sign in his chart. Okay, and also I'm gonna say that that's my older guy with the dark hair. It's because when I look at the cards and I see them, I also look at the description that's in them. These cards, they mean very, very dear to me personally. I know who these people are, spiritually or just in everyday life situations. Okay, he's my advisor as well. Inside of the religion, that's my Baon. If he comes up with the Ace of Spades, or he could be my Simbi, he could be my cousin. All these are spirit names, and he could be Shango in Santeria. He can be what's that other one that they have that they do? He could also be Ilegua or Ligba. But we all the other spirit has some type of spirit that's the gatekeeper. So this is who he would be. One thing about reading cards, I'm going to tell you, when you get to that spot where you know it, and I'm going to tell you this, if there's other readers watching this video, you'll be able to understand what I'm talking about. There's a place, and I did say this earlier in the video, where you're going to lose yourself. Meaning that you're going to find yourself having feelings, having certain things in your body, do certain type of either flinches or things that you can't control at the time, and you're going to find yourself just talking and talking and talking and talking. That's that spirit that's in with you. That spirit jumped in and is able to tell you exactly, go boom with that person. But just like I said in the other videos, the reader also needs to be at a point too where they could do the reading j'éclaire. J'éclaire in Creole means clear-eyed. meaning that there is no spirit guide. You're there, you know your cards, you're able to do them with the spirit or without it. That's a very, very good spot to be in, because it's not everybody that comes in you're going to do a spiritual reading for. It's not everywhere you go you're going to be able to call that guide, or that guide's going to be there, because it's just certain places it's not appropriate. Okay, you're not gonna be on the train and you're gonna do something for somebody on the train, and no, it may not be acceptable there. But I tell you what, you will be on that train, and if you're looking for, and you do have your cards going in your mind, and you look at that person, and that's what you see, you're gonna say, "There goes my king," or "There goes my Aries," "There goes my Leo," or "There goes my Sagittarius." These are things that's very important as you go along. Okay. Like I said, everybody's different. I'm gonna wrap this up now, and I'm gonna tell you guys that thank you for watching, and my Haitian viewers, I'm gonna tell them that I'm gonna do another video, like I said in the others. M'bal fè un video pour nous même Haïtiens qui parle cœur net. M'bal ba nous tout ça katcho vle di, les katcho ensemble, les yo pour compte yo, jan yo tombe. Si c'est loi moun sa yo ye, ou est-ce que c'est moun yo ye? Est-ce que vous comprenez? Ma fait bagay lan complètement pour nous ka comprendre. Parce que en Haïti, nous maintenant, et kat nous an, li vle di on l'autre bagay. Opposed to ça, Américain, il a fait katcho, ça vle di. Mais gade le, wap wek Jean kat lan tombe, li anti Jean, même Jean. Gen mambo, gen ougan ki ka li avec tout kat yo. Gen qui pas capable. Ça dépend. Gen moun qui ka fait kat lan sans loi, gen moun qui fait avec loi. So, tout bagay sa yo, it plays a role in it. So, mbal di nou tout, merci en pile pour nous garder ti channel mwen. Comme moi toujours di nou, allez dans webpage mwen, dans website mwen, dans www.audanlarouge.com. Et puis, allez dans channel mwen, mandez nous s'il vous plaît, pas jouer dans bagay mwen, pas mettre mauvais et réponse, mauvais bagay, ça va passer ma prele YouTube dans bouda nous. Si nous faisons des bagailles comme ça, son bagay bien propre, m'a chercher pour me faire là, c'est pas friction, c'est pas problème, m'a chercher pour mettre sur channel moi, s'il vous plaît. Okay? S'il vous plaît. Thank you for watching. I hope that I'm doing this where you guys can understand it and it's clear and stuff like that. Thank you for taking the time to watch my channel. Once again, like I've said in the previous channel, subscribe to my channel, because I want you to keep up with me. I want you to see where I'm at, because eventually I'm not gonna be covering cards. I'm going to get into my candles. I am going to get into my lamps. I'm going to get into baths. I'm going to get into these. But all these things you're going to see, there's a part of it. It's all connected, because you're going to see that when I start the videos, why I pull out the cards before I show you how to do a certain job. I'm going to show you how I know what the cards mean to be able to do that procedure, or that, like I say, prescription for that situation. Why did I use the red candle? Why did I use the black candle? Why did I decide to tie the magic this way, or use this jar, or use this doll, or use this thing? You're going to be able to see how I got that, and because I'm going to show you the cards, what they mean, why I came up to that conclusion. And you're going to see the cards. They're going to always come up, because that's how I do. I'm going to consult my deck, because I'm going to make sure that I give the best recipe that I can. Have yourselves a great day. Thank you for watching. Be blessed, guys.